listeners, we are in Harold, Texas, and it is currently 33 degrees in Harold. Oh, it's 39 according to my temp thing, but it was 33 according to the weather bug at the truck stop we just stopped at. So I don't know who to believe. I choose to believe my own thermometer over that thing, because I know I've seen this thermometer be extremely accurate before as far as when the freezing point occurs. I've also seen it adjust itself to based on whether or not the hood is being hit by direct sunlight, and etc., etc. As you can see, it snowed here in West Texas. Actually, I don't know if this qualifies as West Texas. We're in like we're between Wichita Falls and Amarillo, which I think is technically West Texas. I think most people consider like everything west of I-35 to be kind of West Texas-ish. I think that's like the dividing line. It's like Dallas, Fort Worth, and everything west of those is West Texas. I don't know. I mean, it's not like we're out in Marfa or something. That's like real West Texas. But we are headed up to the Panhandle. We got we delivered a load of Chobani yogurt, which I think I mentioned in the last video. We picked it up in Twin Falls, Idaho. Ran that south through Salt Lake City, over Soldier Summit on US Highway 6, down Route 191 through Moab, Utah, and the Canyonlands National Park. Picked up 491 in Monticello, Utah. Ran that all the way down to Gallup, New Mexico. That's old US Highway 666, by the way, just in case you were wondering why that's not always such a popular route for everybody else. I love it because I'm not religious, so I don't have that hang-up of the old number that I guess people still have, but I don't know. They retired Route 66, so they retired the 666 numbering from that highway as well at the same time. Made it 491, which, you know, is how I always knew it. I didn't know it was 666 until kind of recently. But yeah, so we took that highway all the way down through the Navajo Nation into Gallup, New Mexico, I-40, across New Mexico, through Albuquerque, dropped onto US Highway 84 from Santa Rosa, New Mexico, all the way through Lubbock to I-20 east through Abilene. Then at a city called Cisco, Texas, we turned south on US 183, I think it was. We were only on 183 for a short time, just using that as the connector between I-20 and Texas State Highway 36. State Highway 36 is a mostly two-lane road that goes between Abilene and Temple, Texas. Temple's where we were going. That's a lovely sunset off to the left. I don't know if that's in frame, but it's probably not. It's left of my rearview mirror, so it's probably not in frame. Yeah, we went down to Temple on Highway 36. We stayed on 20 a little longer than was necessary, because we just didn't want to have to go through the parts of Abilene that aren't freeways to get to 36. So it's like, we'll stay on 20 a little bit longer than is strictly necessary. It added like 2 or 3 miles, so it probably saved us 15-20 minutes to do that. Also gave me a chance to stop and fill up the reefer tank at a Flying J in Cisco. Yeah, no, dropped south to Temple, delivered our load of yogurt to the HEB distribution center there. That place is pretty cool. They're not so hot at the communicating part of giving drivers instructions, but, you know, I kind of get that, because, you know, I've done security, and when you do security somewhere, sorry for the clicking noise, that's my armrests. I just did a bathroom stop, so I forgot to put my armrest back, so I just did that. Yeah, so I've done the security guard and service job thing where you're doing the same thing over and over and over all day, every day, 5 to 7 days a week, and it's routine for you, and you forget that it's not routine for all the people you've got to interact with. So well, that was my first time there. That security guard and the receiver were both just repeating things that they say 500 times a day. And they've gotten so rote that they just kind of breeze right through them. And it's like, no, wait, what was that? What do I need to do? How am I, what? So the directions they gave were not great, but we managed to make it work. We got unloaded. Stood by for a few hours yesterday at the Loves between Temple and Waco. Nice little Loves. Met up with a prime driver. It's a friend of mine, Nelson. So hung out with him. I got drenched because I just stood. I just wasn't paying attention at all to like the warning signs my body's sending me, like, you're getting cold and wet. You should do something about this. I don't have health bars like I do in video games, but I was just like ignoring my body, standing there talking to another driver for like an hour. I got back in the truck. My stuff was drenched. Like, my coat is still a little damp from that yesterday, but it was great. It was cool to hang out with someone I knew. It's always neat when you run into somebody you know in this random part of the world. So I talked to him a bunch, and then we went up to. So we picked up our current load last night. That was at the Americold Wal-Mart cross-dock in Dallas, which it said Versacold in my directions, so I don't know what that means, but you get there and it's Americold Wal-Mart cross-dock. Yes, Apophis, I know, I got a little too far to the right there. I get nervous when I get passed by FedEx trucks sometimes for some reason, even though it's not that windy, so they're not wiggling. Yeah, picked up at the Walmart cross-dock, so we just picked up, it's basically a consolidated shipment from a bunch of other drivers would bring stuff to this Americold, and then the Americold assembles them onto loads that go to like an individual Walmart or an individual Walmart distribution center. We are heading for the Walmart DC in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So we're basically just running between one Walmart warehouse and another, but from a cross dock to a distribution center. And then at the distribution center, the stuff will get split out into all the different loads that go to individual stores. So I only get to keep the cover sheet of this massive page of bills of lading. It's just a stack of bills like 70 pages deep, and I only need to worry about the top page, which is the part that describes the move we're doing. The rest of the bills go to individual stores, so they don't describe what we are doing ourselves. They're just like the cargo manifest for what's in the trailer. And we've got a separate bill of lading that's like, okay, you're carrying all of these other bills of ladings to this one independent facility where they'll be cross-docked onto Walmart trucks or contractor trucks and taken to stores. So cool stuff. I wanted to tell y'all, I came so close the other day to quitting YouTube entirely. I don't know what's wrong with me. I was like, so the worse I get at something, particularly like uploading videos, the less I want to do it. Like, if I'm not good at something, I'm not motivated to keep doing it. And I've been missing a lot of uploads just because I just haven't had the time. So like we've been running low on time. We've been really hammered down busy for a while now, especially since I switched over to, not now Apophis, especially since I switched over to lease operator. We've been on some tight schedules because we're getting scheduled like a truck that can do 65 mile an hour sometimes, even though I've not gotten that fixed because I don't really want to do 65. You know, I prefer the lax schedules of they're expecting you to do 58, but it's like they're not scheduling me like that. It's like, well, that's a little annoying, but we're doing all right. We're doing all right. So we had a couple of tight schedules, so I just wasn't having time to edit or anything. And then I finally had a day where I just had tons and tons of time, and I sat down at my computer and the charger was broken. Like I was home for Thanksgiving, and I went to edit some videos, and the charger for my laptop's broken. So I've got until my battery dies, because I managed to recharge it once, and then it hasn't recharged since. So I've got until my battery dies. Is all I've got left out of that laptop, unless I can find another charger for it, which we'll be doing the next time we get time off. We'll be going to a Best Buy or probably a Best Buy, just because I know they sell those. That's where I bought the laptop, so we're gonna go and hopefully find a charger or just a new laptop. That's also potentially an option. Might just buy a new laptop, get Geek Squad to splinch my hard drive, and hard drive into the new computer. That's potentially an option. I don't really want to do that. I spent a lot of money on this laptop. I want to get another year or two out of it before I replace it. And it still works perfectly fine for Truck Simulator, which is really all we need it for. Truck Simulator and editing videos. So yeah, so lost that. So